What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and I'm going to make a church. Now, I forgot to take a picture of the old one. Incredible. The old one isn't really that good, honestly, although I might go in and take a picture just for the goodness of it. Yeah, I guess I will. Here it is. I will be doing an interior for this in 2 days' time, which is going to be Easter Sunday, so that's cool. I 100% did that intentionally. But, yeah. There are some things that are about this build, in my opinion. That prismarine brick roof, not because it's prismarine brick, but just because it's there, it looks a little odd to me. But yeah, here's the old one in like 3 seconds, and yeah, once you see it, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so the space you're going to be needing for this is a 34 by 53, and the materials we're needing to start off are terracotta, brick block, black stained glass panes, pillar quartz blocks, birch door, I want to say. It's one of the doors. I think it's birch. Smooth quartz slabs, smooth quartz blocks, smooth quartz stairs, and I guess we'll go with... Is that awkward amount where okay, never mind. There's a few things we go with. Smooth sandstone stairs, I guess. You also need smooth sandstone blocks, spruce fence, and prismarine bricks and prismarine brick stairs. I know that's an unusual one, but we need them. So starting from the front left-hand corner of your 34 by 53 grid, cough cough if you made it. If the front right-hand corner is more convenient for you, start from that corner. This build is completely symmetrical down the middle, minus textures, but that's like dumb. From this front left-hand corner, you want to count backward by, what is that number? I forgot, 6. And going right, you're going to want to place 14 terracotta. Bring that entire row of terracotta up by 1. And then, again, if you're obviously starting from the front right-hand corner, make sure to just flip your lefts and rights. But from the left side, you want to bring each of these terracottas back by 46. So just for clarification, that total should be a row of 47, which is correct. So it's 46 plus the 1. We're actually going to keep working around. I'm just going to get the terracotta frame down, and then we'll probably do the brick part as well of this. And then probably do the tower last. That seems fair. From the back left-hand corner, you then want to bring each of these right with 33 terracotta. Then go forward with 46. And then left by 14. Sorry, 13, not 14. So, you should go left from 13. So this is a total row of 14. I apologize. And then that will give you a 6 block gap. Which, if you actually take the middle, if you take these middle 6 and you bring them back, that should be the middle 6 on the back wall. There is a 2 block center. If you want to make it a 1 block center, because, okay, so churches normally have like a roof like that, and they'll have like a spire little thing on top with a cross. If you want to add that, you're gonna need a 1 block center. So if you want to make a 1 block center, by all means you can. That is definitely something I would consider thinking about, but for me, I am okay with the center as is. But yeah. So then what you're going to want to do is you want to place a row of brick blocks that is inward, diagonally, and upward from that top row of terracotta. And it essentially goes all the way around the build, but it does leave this 6-block opening at the front. So it's going to be rows of 13 at the front, right? Yeah, 13 either side at the front. It'll be 32 along the back, and then 45 along the sides. Just as reference. So it should be 2 shorter on each row, except for the front rows. That's 1 shorter, because it doesn't go all the way across. But hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. And, yeah. So there you go. Pretty simple. So now we're going to go around our build, and we're going to do one big row. So what you want to do is you want to come to the inside where the gap is, and you can either go towards kind of, that is essentially leads into that gap. So you want to be on top of it. You want to then go left from this, or from my perspective, it's going to be for this one left, the other one right, or whatever. You're going to want to go around on top of this brick row and place 2 brick blocks, 3 black stained glass panes, 3 brick blocks, 3 black stained glass panes, 2 brick blocks, then back on the sides with 1 brick block, 3 black stained glass panes, 5 brick blocks, 3 black stained glass panes, 5 brick blocks, 3 black stained glass panes, and then 24 brick blocks. Sorry, 25 brick blocks. Is that correct? To the row. I thought it was 24. I counted it as 24. My mistake. It is what it is. And then you do want to do this on the other side from the middle. We're leaving the back blank on purpose, which you'll see what we're going to do with that later. So, again, from the other side, you're going to place 2 brick blocks, 3 black stained glass panes, 3 brick blocks, 3 black stained glass panes, 2 brick blocks, back with 1, 3 panes, 5 brick block. Oh, it was 24. Okay. My apologies. I didn't realize that I did math wrong and I put 2 instead of 3. Which it should be all 3 panes and 5 brick blocks. Except for that end, which is 24. So. Yeah. My apologies. And then you want to copy both those rows 2 more times. Which will give you windows, essentially. And then the next step, I'm not actually going to give you a row by row thing, or a block by block thing. I'm just going to give you essentially what it's going to look like. Because it's a lot of numbers, and I don't particularly feel like explaining any of them. Which, yeah. But I mean, it's not really hard. It is particularly quite easy. This entire build isn't that bad, honestly. So, but you are copying that below thing 2 more times just for double checking, because I got confused for a second there in my head. Which kind of happens. As we do this, it's Good Friday, I think, right now? Should be. That's, I think, how that's supposed to work. So, yeah, that's cool. That's also why I'm doing this, a little bit of an Easter special. I did the first one for, I want to say, Christmas. And, I figured, why not remake it on Easter? That'd be pretty cool. And then the interior will, or should be Sunday, if everything goes as planned. And, yeah, so that's always fun. Alright, there you go. Whoops, not like that. Although that kind of is the next step, actually. So, essentially, what you're going to want to do is at each window is 3 blocks wide. That's pretty obvious. You can just look at that and tell. You want to take the middle pane on each window, and you want to extend it up by 1. So, it's going to give you something like this. And then every single other brick block and or glass pane, which does not include those middle ones. One kind of wrong, but you'll see why I say it's kind of wrong. But just go with it, because it's not wrong enough for us to have to break anything that we're doing, so. Yeah, just place a row of brick on top of all of that now. So it's essentially going to make all of the 5s 7s, all of the 3s 5, all of the 2s 3, actually. Because only one side. And it'll give you this effect, which it looks a little bit weird because there's actually not anything above the windows, but we'll fix that in a moment here. And then, yeah. The next block will be as tall as the walls. Actually, no, we're gonna do this a little bit. No, maybe not. Maybe not. No, we're not gonna do it the way that I thought we were gonna do it. Never mind, because it's not gonna be convenient that way, I guess. So yeah, just like that. Now, what you're gonna want to do is you want to place a single row of brick blocks on top of either side. So just, yeah, it'll go directly above the windows and everything. So this is why I said that the last step was kind of technically wrong. Also, again, still make sure the back is completely bare. Just one row of brick. Because it technically should be brought up by 2 bricks, but whatever. It's not wrong enough for us to have to change it, except we do have to add to it, not break from it, though. Just like that. There you go. Pretty simple, I guess. Now, let's do some roof work. What you're going to want to do is you want to place a row of smooth quartz slabs off the left and the right of the build, and it wants to be up diagonally outward by 1 on either side, and it wants to overhang the front and the back by 1. So if that was a lot of details, I know I kind of explained that in a stupid way. Essentially it'll give you, one second, it'll give you this, except on both sides. So you can see how that is. Do that on both sides again, just for, like, triple clarification. Because 1 and 2 times aren't enough. Did I? I did not. Just trying to check something because I need to worry about something. So, okay, you can do this at the front and the back, but let's only do it at the front. That is at least my recommendation. So what you want to do at the said front is, first let me find the front. Okay, there we go. You want to bring each smooth quartz slab in with 2 smooth quartz blocks. Bring that second block inward up with a slab. Bring that slab in with a block. In with an obsidian slab. Up with a slab. In with a block. All this in smooth quartz, by the way. In with an obsidian slab. Up with a slab. In with a block. In with an obsidian slab. Up with a slab, and you want to keep this moving until you are in line with the edge of the wall. Which should be a smooth quartz block like that. So there are 14 of these, like 0.9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And again, it's in line with the edge of the wall. You can go further if you technically want to just mark it out. But everything that you do further than that is going to be covered up. And a little bit is actually going to have to be destroyed of that, because it is a slab, the first one to be. Because you should end on a block. I think it's the next block, this one right here. Yeah. Just as reference. And then at the back, you can do the same thing. The reason I'm holding off on the back, though, is because of the next step. Which is, you want to bring these smooth quartz blocks. You know how we brought it in with 2 blocks instead of placing an upside down slab here? You want to bring that second block just in with smooth quartz stairs until you hit the edge of the wall again. So it's like 11 stairs? Yeah. Yeah, 11 smooth quartz stairs. I got sorry. Just like that. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to essentially fill in the backs of these peaks here just in with brick blocks. And again, only go to the edge of the wall because that's all that matters. And make sure you do not go anywhere where it's going to obstruct anything. And then, yeah. I'd say because no one wants to see into your attic, but there isn't probably not going to be an attic in this. I think I'm going to incorporate as much of the space as I can on this. No, I apologize. I just like choked on water for no reason. Anyways, what you want to do now is the thing that I said to ignore we're going to actually do now. You want to come to the back. So you can just make the back flat brick. That's okay. However, I added the cross window that I did originally because I wanted to keep that. What you want to do is you want to go either left or right to left at the back. Does not matter. You want to place 14 bricks. 2 black stained glass panes and 14 bricks. That should cover up your entire row if it is correct, which it is for me. Which means it should be for you. You then want to copy that row 4 more times. That is correct. Okay. I can't see the panes because the lighting doesn't work, but that is correct. And then from this, we're going to place the panes, but we're not going to place the brick blocks. I understand that probably doesn't quite make sense, but I want to put in the peak for. I mean, you can if you want, if you just know the peak, but yeah. So, okay, let me place the panes. That might be a smart idea. What you're gonna want to do is, if you have troubles with just placing the panes again, you can place brick block, but don't place it all the way around yet, because you want to bring each of these black stained glass panes up by 2. You then want to bring you then want to bring those 2 panes each left and right by 3. It's not very easy. And then again, make sure you do bring the middle 2 up by an additional 3, or you can do 2. 2 might not be bad, but I did 3 original, and I'm going to stick with that. There you go, just like that. So, I understand, again, there's nothing surrounding it or anything, but we will work on that in a second here. We're going to do the peak and then film the peak, and that will do everything that we wanted to do. So now what you're going to want to do is you want to make the same peak that we made at the front, except it wants to connect together. It doesn't want to just randomly stop. So, again, bring each smooth quartz slab in with 2 smooth quartz blocks to start. Then bring that inner block, up with the slab. Then in with a block. In with an upside down slab. Up with a slab. In with a block. In with an upside down slab. Up with the slab. In with a block. In with an upside down slab. Up with a slab, and then you want to keep that moving on both ends until you reach the middle, which should be directly above the middle of the cross window. Which is going to be an upside down smooth quartz slab with a slab on top will be the middle. If you don't get a middle that is 2, check pretty much everything. First off, I would actually check to make sure that both peaks are done correctly. If obviously that's not the problem, then your problem is probably that you just didn't do it right. Which when I say words, probably just that you did not do your actual build right, which is a problem. But yeah, then what you want to do is you want to bring the inner smooth quartz blocks here in with 9 smooth quartz stairs that are facing forward, and then you want to place 1 that is facing towards the middle of the cross. So that'll give you this. Now, what you're going to want to do is you want to fill in this entire peak here in with brick blocks, and make sure that obviously anything the panes are going to connect to, you do have a brick block there, because that is important, which is right behind that 1 smooth quartz stair that's curved on either side. That's going to be something you do want to make sure that you get, because that one's important. Just like that. There's your back done. That's literally your entire back done. That's very simple. Now we have the tower part, which is going to be the tower, and I have saved this for last minus the roof, but the roof's not important. Just because it is hard. It's not like super hard, but it's hard enough. What you want to do is you want to come to the said front, and what you're going to want to do first is, hold up. Okay, you want to bring each of these, so you want to essentially just remember where, like, all your stuff is. So you want to bring each terracotta side inward by 1, then forward by 1, and then inward by 1 again. All that terracotta wants to be too tall. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. You want to bring each of those 6 top terracottas up with 18 brick blocks. So that's how tall one's going to be, and then again it'll be all 6. You can change this number if you think it could be better in a different number. I would not necessarily recommend it because there are things about this that do make it the number that it needs to be, so just kind of keep that general thought in the back of your mind. But again, as mentioned, there will be an interior for this on Sunday, probably. So yeah, it's always fun. So there you go. I believe we are done with our terracotta, so what you're going to want to get out instead is smooth sandstone. So I'll get rid of the said terracotta, by the way, just for clarification. What you're going to want to do is, in the 2-block gap, in line with the top row of terracotta, you want to just place 2 smooth sandstones, and place a birch door on top of either. When we make the interior, that is not going to be smooth sandstone. I am saying to place smooth sandstone because that is the block that just works. And then what you're going to want to do is you want to bring each of those smooth sandstones out by 1 and also left and right by 1. So you have a little row of 4. Do that moving forward 1 more time. So place a row of smooth sandstone in front of that entire thing and bring it left and right by 1. So it will be a row of 6. That row of 6 then wants to be brought forward with a row, yes. Then forward with a row of smooth sandstone stairs. And then down diagonally by 1 along the ground, you want to place another row of smooth sandstone stairs. And then come to the left and right and just fill in the little 3 blocks that you need to. And you do want to make sure that you do still have this little divot here. Because what we're going to want to do in this divot, we'll do right now. Voice crack, God. We'll do right now, and that is going to be bring each divot here you want to place moving up 9 pillar quartz blocks. Just like that. So if you're building this in a non-super flat world, you have to make sure that you base all of your up numbers off of the same Y level, so that is going to be this. So if you want to do that by just placing a plate under it of like grass or something, and then just removing it and bringing things down as you wish, that's an option. Or if you just know, like, okay, so this is going to be 2 in line with the smooth sandstone, then it's plus 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. Just kind of however you want to do that, just keep that in mind. So what you want to do is you want to bring each pillar quartz actually out with a smooth quartz stair, and then bring either of those smooth quartz stairs back by 1. So those should connect up with the rows of smooth quartz stairs that make the roof, which is correct. Or at least make the, I guess, trim of the roof. Now what you want to do is on top of each pillar quartz block, place a smooth quartz stair that is facing outward. Bring either stair in with an upside down smooth quartz stair. Up with a smooth quartz stair. In with an upside down smooth quartz stair, and then up with a smooth quartz stair. Okay, I was making sure the height was correct, which it is. So you want to, in either block gap, you want to bring each birch door up with 10 brick blocks. Yes. Then in that gap, you want to keep going up with 4 black stained glass panes. And then 2 brick blocks. Just like that. What I'd also do, you don't actually have to do this, is on the row of brick directly above the door, I'd place a row of upside down smooth quartz slabs. Decide if you like it better with or without that, that's up to you. But I think it's okay with it. What you want to do is, for now, just take the top of the tower, and you can see you have like an underscore shape. It's going to be 6 at the front, and then it's going to go 1 back on the left and the right. you want to extend each side back with an additional 4. And then connect together at that back. You only have to do this with the top row. Actually, just to do it, also bring 4 rows going down around with that. So you have a total of 5 rows at the top. This is just so we have it done for the roof. Just like that. Because that's all we need for the roof, so might as well just get it done. And then what you want to do is on top of the top row of brick, you want to place a little square of smooth quartz blocks. Don't fill in the middle of it, though, because it's important. Surrounded in upside-down smooth quartz stairs. And then you want to bring that original row of smooth quartz blocks up by 1, so that's square. So that's going to give you, hold up, this effect. Fill in the middle of it with smooth quartz blocks. Just like that. And then you want to come to the front, we'll say front left-hand corner, just for fun. Then, from this corner, go back diagonally to the right by 1 and right 1. And going right, place 2 pillar quartz blocks. Back diagonally to the right by 1 with a pillar quartz block. Back 1. Back diagonally to the left 1. Left 1. Forward diagonally to the left 1, and then forward 1, sorry. So you're essentially just making a 4x4 square with the corners cut out. Pretty self-explanatory. Bring each of those pillar quartz blocks up by 2. They should all be facing up and down, by the way. Just like that. Now, surround the top row of pillar quartz blocks in opposite down smooth quartz stairs, essentially in a fashion that works. So just bring each of those pillar quartz blocks out with an opposite down smooth quartz slab, then bring each one of those out by 1 and make sure to curl them inward, and then just in these corners you can just place opposite down smooth quartz stairs. However, just like that. So they'll give you this, which is a little bit of a weird effect, but it does the job. Now, what you're going to want to do is clear your inventory and get out. Just to start, spruce fence, because we need it, and I don't want to forget about it, so I'm putting it first. Prismarine bricks. Prismarine brick stairs. If you don't like the prismarine brick, you can use waxed oxidized cut copper stairs, or whatever it's called on Java. I think it's called something different there. Don't quote me on that, though. You also need deep slate brick slabs and deep slate brick blocks. And what you want to do is you want to come to the top here, and you essentially on top, you want to make that, remember how I was saying it's essentially a 4x4 square with a pillar quartz block? Well, on top of this pillar quartz block thing, you want to actually place that 4x4 square with prismarine bricks. Just like that. Bring that square up by 1. Then up with a little square prismarine brick stairs. Then go inward diagonally upward and place a 2x2 square of prismarine bricks. Bring that row of prismarine up by 1, so it's a 2x2x2 cube. And then we'll say front left block, place a stair facing forward. Front right, place one facing right. Back right, place one facing back. Back left, place one facing left. And that will give you this. So that's your main church actually complete. We just have to do the roof. And also one other thing. So come down real quick to the stairwell. And the 2 smooth sandstone in front of the pillar quartz blocks, you can see these 2, the ones that I'm highlighting on either side. You want to just place a spruce fence on top of each one. So that'll be 4 total. Like that. Just a little detail. It's not much. It's not even anything at all. You don't technically need it. I just think that it might be nice to have. It does add a little bit of a color contrast. Although it's not much. It's just because, I mean, it looks kind of like the terracotta in the brick from this angle, the brick color at least. Now, what you want to do is you want to fly up, and you see this big thing? Yeah, you want to fill in this entire roof in with deep slate brick blocks and slabs. If you're in, Bedrock, I apologize for making you do the slabs. But, this is a long process, and I guess I'll sit through it because I'm bored. So, really anything I'm gonna think about for this interior, I'm thinking more like a... I don't know what exactly I'm gonna do for it, because I haven't really, like... I don't know, I don't go to churches that often, if I'm honest. But I'm thinking just like a standard, like... rows of seats and stuff. It's gonna be pretty simple. I'm not gonna do a whole ton interesting with it. Although I will try to make it, like, open and grand. I think that's the one thing that I do want to, like, have. Is not necessarily all churches are that way, but I think that having a big church is, a good feature. And, I wanted to have that cross window again, because I don't know, I wanted to add something nostalgic to the build. Something that I did back in the day, and this one's actually better than that one. That one was meh, at best. But, yeah. I guess happy Easter as well, everyone, although it's not actually Easter yet, it's Friday. But happy Good Friday. Is that what they say? Happy Good Friday? I don't know. But, yeah. Figured that this would be a good one to remake finally. I don't even know. I want to say the gas station's the oldest now that has yet to be remade, which is impressive. That thing's lasted forever. I'm gonna definitely remake it at some point. There's definitely going to be something that I'm probably never going to remake. There's going to be a couple of those builds that I don't. Just because I kind of want to, like, you know... I want to have something that I can look at and be like, that was never remade, that's pretty epic. But, I think that might be, like, a more... Other than houses, that might be a more recent-ish one. Like, Spleef Arena I'll probably never remake, because that just is. I'm honestly pretty happy with that, too. That one turned out really nice. Like, looking at it now, yeah, I like that. I remember working on that too. That was a pain to do. That took me forever. But I definitely say it was worth it. Is there where the next one should be? I think that's right, yeah. Spleevering is one of them I really didn't need to do either, but I was like, I might as well. Something different. Something that you don't normally see people do tutorials on. And I think also, while being a tutorial person or maker, you have to kind of find those things that, like, aha, people don't do this. Or, like, even if you do something that people do, you have to find something unique to make about that build. To make people like, yes, this one's better. Like, this one doesn't necessarily have anything, like, about it. Except, because it's just kind of like a standard church. I feel like if you were to drive around for 24 hours straight, if you're gonna be that crazy, most of the churches that you would see would probably have some sort of resemblance to this one. Which is kind of what I was going with. Obviously, it's going to change where you are, but I feel like generally churches are pretty much the same. Because we saw a bunch on our way when we were on a road trip recently-ish, so that was pretty, or I guess, yeah, recently, that would have been a month ago. And I feel like, yeah, this is typically, like, what I think of when I think of a church. The old one, I don't know what I was doing, but... I didn't really, like, have any reference point. I feel like that, Lego store, pet store, I didn't have any reference for. And you kind of see how that turned out. Like, this one I had a reference for, which I didn't necessarily need to look up a reference, because I kind of had one in my brain. But I did kind of use a reference. Spleef Arena I did not actually have a reference for. I'm only mentioning that because it's literally right in front of me right now. But, yeah, I think you're going to get something more realistic with a reference, but I think that you can also build something cooler without a reference, and you might try to do more. That's just my opinion. But, yeah. Almost there. The only thing I hate about the slabs and not being able to speed place them now, as you can see, is it hurts my fingers to spam click so much. Because it's just like every, like, half a second it's just press, and it hurts bad. It's not a great feeling. And then I get a rest to be able to just do this, which is nice. But you don't obviously have to use deep set bricks. I know it's a little late for that, but I just always use deep set bricks because it's the most realistic roof, at least in my opinion. Deep set tiles is also a good option in question. I think that, like, if you're, let's say you're just starting a city or something, I think you should play around with some of those things. Like, what do you think is best? And that's another thing that, like, with tutorial makers, that I think that whoever you follow, you're getting something unique to them that no one else would do. Like, for me, maybe it's the 3x3 letters for me. Or the 3-block tall letters. I feel like tutorial makers don't typically do that. You're either going to usually see the logo, or you're going to see banner letters, I feel like. But I mean, like, some people do 3, or you'll see 5, too, which I do 5 sometimes. But, like, just, like, some things, I think that all, like, tutorial makers have something special. Where you watch each one, you'll be like, that's something that I haven't seen before. You're gonna probably voice crack again, bruh. But you're gonna probably find, must be with one of those. I don't know why my voice is so cracky today. That just happens. But yeah. Probably because I haven't talked a lot recently, and now I'm talking a ton. Because of, sickness and all those streams, I kind of, like, talk for 2 hours straight, but that's besides the point. But, yeah, there we go, and once you've done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the exterior of your remake church complete. Ooh, that is a weird one to say, because it's been so long. But, I think that's what. So if you guys did enjoy this video, let me know what you guys think of this one. I'm actually pretty happy with it. I think the top looks a little bit weird, though, looking at it again, the roof. Kind of looks like a, kind of like, is it? No, not Egyptian. It's like the Taj Mahal, I think, is what I'm thinking of, with those, like, domed roofs. I don't know why I'm seeing that. Like, that kind of, like, domed roof style. What is that I'm thinking of? What's the culture that does... Rome? It's not Rome. It might be Rome. I don't know. I don't know cultures very well. I'm bad. But yeah, I think that's what. If you guys did enjoy this, I already said that. Have a fantastic dinner, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.